Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 133 of Your Next Level Mastermind. And our topic for today is called, What Would You Do If You Lost Everything and Had to Start All Over Again? What would you do if you lost everything and had to start all over again? Before we get onto that particular topic, which could be a whole range of issues, whether it's lifestyle, personal, family, business, whatever, okay? Before we get on to that topic, I just want to let people know who are watching here, because we're now gradually getting up there. Last week we had over 500 views, right? I'm looking forward to getting 1,000 views every time by the end of this month. That's what I'm aiming at doing, okay? Because there's more people seeing you. But for those who are watching the replay, I want you to make sure that you reach out to each and every one of these people. They give up their time, their expertise, their knowledge, and their hearts to you, because they speak from their heart to you. And they will put links underneath the video that you will see on YouTube. And they are links where you can actually connect directly to them and actually book a time to talk with them. And I want you to book a time to talk to them. It doesn't matter whether it's Santa Claus or Alpha or Penny or Glenda or Alan, doesn't matter. Book a time to talk with every single one of these people, because it's not what they do is why you're booking a time with them. It's what they know that you don't know and who they know that you don't know. So I am strongly advising you to be able to reach out to these people, because they make themselves available to you and they're very personable, they're honourable, they've got a lot of integrity. And you know what? It doesn't cost you a darn cent to get access to talk to Santa Claus. And that's saying something, because he's in his sleigh all over the darn place, for example. So please make sure you take the opportunity to reach out to these people. Do not miss out on this opportunity. With that in mind, let's start now by letting them introduce themselves for a moment before we get to the topic in hand. And I'll start with you, John, because you're always first cab off the rank. You're the first one here, followed by Alan Edwards.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, no matter where you are in this great, big, beautiful world of ours. I'm John D. Allen of Allen Small Business Coaching. I specialize in helping business coaches, small business coaches, in reducing their LOR, loss of revenue. How do I do this? It's by helping them learn how to better talk to the prospects that they have. We all need more prospects. That's a guarantee. No argument about it. But the thing we need to do is be able to talk to the ones that we have better. Because I know that we're not getting all the people that we should. We might all be good, but hey, we're not that good. We could all use help. Some of us need a lot more help than others. If you're interested in learning how I do this, give me a call. I'll be happy to talk with you. John D. Allen, Allen Small Business Coaching. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you very much. And when you say small business coaching, could you just clarify something for us? How small or how big can they be?
They can be a one-person show, 2 or 3 people. I'm not looking to talk to the people with great, big, humongous organizations. I dealt with corporate for 35 years. And that's a load of crap. I'm looking to help the small guy to be able to give back, because it's the small businesses that make our countries run, not the big guys.
Okay, but could it be somebody who had maybe 1 or 2 partners with them? Would that be okay?
Sure, they can have 1 or 2 partners. It's, again, I'm not looking for like some major corporation.
Right.
I'm looking to deal with the smaller individual.
Okay, thank you, John. All right. Alan Edwards, always good to see you. And I've got a public apology to make to you, because I filled in the application form for your opportunity and I lost the damn thing. So I'm going to have to do it again. Okay. So my apology. That's why you haven't got it yet.
Do I need to send you anything, Peter?
I'm beyond admitting things here in public. So the answer is yes, please, Alan, because I don't know where it is.
Yeah, no problem. I'll do that after the call. Yes, yeah. Good to see you anyway, after a few weeks doing different things. And we also had a time change here in the UK. So I thought maybe I'd missed you because of that last week. I tried to join last week, but anyway, whatever happened, it didn't
Well, it
happen.
is 1 o'clock, is it for you? Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 1 o'clock. So
Yeah.
everything's perfect today. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm Alan Edwards of Alpus Group. I'm based in Hampshire in the UK. I've also got a company in Slovenia, so we can operate anywhere in the UK or in the European Union. And we help property owners to transform the value of their property. And we help property investors to get great returns on their investment. So if anyone would like to talk to me about that, my Calendly link is calendly.com/AlanJE, or my phone number is +44 7539 141257, or the landline is +44 333 224 1257. I'll put the details in the chat, but happy to talk to anyone who's interested in property in the UK or Europe. Thank you.
And we can see the phone number on the screen anyway.
Yeah, I put it on my title. I just renamed it.
Good,
good. With the code, yeah.
But your Calendly link will also be underneath the video, right?
Yes, I'll put that in the chat now as well. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, Alan. And people don't have to be in Britain to be investors. They can come from anywhere, right?
No, I'm dealing with some Singapore investors at the moment. So the investors can be from anywhere around the world. So the good thing about the UK market is there's no restriction on who can buy or invest in property here. And a lot of people do that because it's in the long term, it's a good marketplace.
Excellent. Okay, thank you very much indeed. Ashvin Nui, nice to talk to you when you're in the house, followed by Glenda Kroll.
Yes, hello everybody. This is Afshin. I'm from Richmond Hill in Ontario, Canada. I'm glad to be part of this family. What I do, I help small businesses to be creative, to generate leads, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And to generate leads and keep their customers and get referrals from the existing customers and provide excellent service. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
That's
Ash.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Glenda Kroll, followed by, nice to see you, Jeffrey Bill. You're next after that. Glenda, you first.
Hi, everybody. My name is Glenda Kroll, and I'm coming to you from Toronto, Canada. I'm your dedicated life coach and reinvention specialist. If you're ready to discover your self-esteem, boost your confidence, and shed anything that hinders your journey to becoming your best version of yourself, I'm it. In a world where our minds are often cluttered with negative thoughts stemming from biases, external influences, and life's obstacles, it's essential not to let these unnecessary thoughts hold you back. So if you're ready to embark on a transformational journey towards your optimum self with my 3-step program, Recognize, Reinvent, and Rise, let's start a conversation today and let's get going. Thank you.
Thank you, Glenda. And the key word there was conversation. And let me repeat this again one more time for those who are watching this replay. These people have links where you can reach out and talk to them. Please do not miss this opportunity. Please, it doesn't cost you anything to get on a call to talk to Jeff Beal, Alpha Freeman, whoever it is. Doesn't matter what their background is. They know people that you don't know. That's the key. They also have opportunities for you that you probably never even thought about. And so I'm strongly advising you to use the opportunity to reach out and not just connect with them as a friend on Facebook, but book a time to talk with them. I cannot emphasize that enough. Really? Okay. Jeffrey, over to you, followed by Mark Enstar.
Hi everybody, my name is Jeff Veal, the business guru from downtown Manila. And tonight I'm here to give you more marketing ideas. Where did I get that from? You'd be wondering. Guys, I've got a team here in Manila and we do digital marketing. Think of us as the new yellow pages. When you have the yellow pages before, you place an ad. If you're a big company, you place an ad for $100,000
and you couldn't change it. It was set in concrete for one whole year. So heaven forbid, if you got the phone number wrong, you're in big trouble. But these days you can change things overnight. You can change your website, you can change your social media, and we can do all that for you with a team here in Manila. Reach out, have a chat, and I believe we're the only agency in the world, I've never seen another one that gives you this guarantee: results or you don't pay a dime. Got that, guys? Results or you don't pay a dime. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Okay. Mark Ingstar, followed by Monica. Nice to see you there. Okay, Mark, you first, followed by Monica.
Yeah, I'm Mark Ingstar, and I'm based in New Zealand. I'm a wealth making educator and founder of the Strangers Group, Strangers Community. I'm Michael Profit, and I'm your next business partner. And we create entrepreneurs. We have an educational academy where we have coaching, training programs, and sales coaching. And we have a new investment club. We have a health club that your products will be able to become free for you. We'll help you. We'll be your business partners to create additional income, multiple streams of residual income, done with you, done for you. And we're helping other charities to become part-funded, self-funded as well. So it's something that we're really keen on helping other organisations to do. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Reach out if you'd like to talk about anything.
Thanks. And make sure you got your connections underneath the video. Okay, Mark, if you can do that, so they can book a time to talk to you.
Yep. Yeah. They'll be able to go to my link tree, and my calendar's at the bottom.
Link tree's fine. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Monica Periardi, lovely to see you, and thank you for joining us. Okay. Followed by Alpha Freeman.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello, Santa. Hello, everyone. My name is Monica Periade, and I help professional women in IT and healthcare industry, not only women in general, age 30 plus, primarily working remote or from home in the UAE and North America, to overcome burnout, meet deadline with ease, enhance well-being, regain full confidence. But this is not all I do. But in a nutshell, I help women regain their full feminine power and feel great about themselves so they can achieve whatever that is missing in their life, whatever is that the next level that they want to go to. I'm based in Romania, and I look for opportunity to go to any virtual stages that target women in general, professional women, that deals with what I just mentioned now. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Monica, can I ask you something? Have you ever dealt with any potential or existing clients from China, mainland China, who speak English?
Not really. Not really. I have to say no.
Okay. And the reason I mention that is because I'm in contact with 3 people. They're all ladies. They're all speaking English. They're all from Shenzhen, which is in China. And they may need your services. So I would be more than happy to steer them in your direction, if that's okay with you.
Of course. Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you.
Okay. Give me another few weeks with them, because I'm just building trust with them enough now in order for them to
come out. Yes.
Okay. But they're not looking for business growth. They're actually looking for what you do.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And their culture is completely different to a Western culture. So it might be an interesting thing for you. Okay. Thank you, Monica. All right.
Thank you. Just so it's clear, I can help also men, but I don't target. I can help anyone, but it's not my particular target. Thank you.
Right. That's why we have arguments at midnight. Is that right? Ah, that's why we love you, Monica. Alpha Freeman, followed by Santa Claus.
Hi everyone, my name is Alpha Freeman. I'm based here in Frankfurt, Germany, and I'm the host of the Next Generation Business Talk. What I do is that I combine the new and the old generation, and currently as I speak, I'm looking for people that are ready and able to learn from the new and the old generation. Next Generation Business Talk is basically being able to learn not only new business antics, but also being able to share the following, whether it's business antics, whether it's business ideas, whether it's business growth, where the field might be. I think we have something to learn from each and every one of us in both playing field. Again, my name is Alpha Freeman. I'm the host of Next Generation Business Talk. I'll have my information and drop down below with my calendar information. Give me a try, talk to me, and we can see what we can do. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you, Alpha. May I ask, would you message me? And
Sure.
I'd like to go on your podcast when we can organise a time together. If you're interested in doing that, I'd like to
Will do.
support. I'd like to support you. So
Will do.
message
Thank you.
me, because otherwise I'll forget.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much. Santa Claus, I kept you to last as usual.
As usual, but that's okay. So, how is everybody today? It's so good to be here. It's so good to see everyone. I tell you, you know what? 46 days until Christmas. I know nobody wants to hear that, but 46 days until Christmas. And I tell you, I am so excited. But what my mission is to make Christmas every day, not just that one day a year that we all participate in, but every day. And I'm trying to do it in a special way. You know, how would you like to have a visit from Santa at home in your living room via Zoom? And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to set up Zoom sessions all year round. 10 or 15 minute session, just a private one-on-one with Santa. So who do you know that has a youngster, a niece, a nephew, or grandchild that could use a mid-year check-in, a birthday greeting, or a special message from Santa? Hey, even a coworker, those special messages, I love those. Hey, James, you did a great job in sales this month. You're a wonderful guy. Keep up the great work. Santa's proud of you. I also love to help people get together. That's another thing that I love to do. I've had the special occasion of helping couples become engaged, and it's just so magical. And then the spark in their eyes when Santa's there and that question's popped. Oh my gosh, it's a delight. So if you are interested in getting together with me and you would love to have a visit with me, I would love to talk with you. I put all my contact information in the chat box. So I look forward to talking to you all.
Thank you, Santa. Make sure what you do put in the chat box is a way for people to contact you directly.
Absolutely, directly, one-on-one, right here at the North Pole. I've got that direct connect.
Okay, because I want to restrict the number of links to ones that actually people can reach out and connect directly with you, rather than
my email is there, my website's there, everything. They can reach out directly to me.
Well, I was hoping you just put the one that directly, because otherwise we're gonna have a problem with YouTube.
Well, my email is there. My email is there.
All right. Okay. All right.
Everything is there.
Apologies, we've got Joy Healy, who will be here next week, and she apologizes profusely for that. George Nagor, who's from the Philippines, where you've come from, Jeff. He can't talk because he's chopped up with the flu or something or other. Oh, I had Monica down, but Monica's here with us now, so I'm so pleased about that. Pat Dreyer, he can't be here, but he'll be here as soon as he possibly can. Carol Davies can't be here. Her sister's not very well, so she's looking after her and taking the doctors. Janet Pacelli can't be here, but she's hoping to be here next week. And Yvonne Jones can't be here either. And neither can Shishir Lucani. They sent me personal messages. And I must remember now that Penny is here, but this is the last time we're going to see Penny until nearly the middle of December. So you can do a lot of talking tonight, Penny, to make up for the difference. All right, here we go. Here's the topic. Okay. And it's open to you how you use this topic. It's whether you want to talk about your experiences in that or how you can help people who have experienced this. Okay. What would you do if you lost everything and had to start again? Business or personal or combination, could be anything. Could be death in the family, could be whatever it is. Could be loss of a job, could be relationship breakdown. It doesn't really matter. You lost everything. As far as you're concerned, oh my God, it's gone. What do I've got to start again. Because there's people on this call, including Glenda and Monica, who are perfect at answering that type of question if it's personal nature. But if it's of a business nature, we get other people here in this call. So if you just go down to the bottom of the screen and click, I think you can click more, and then click the word reactions, and then you'll see raise your hand from there. Okay, so John, first cab off the rank. It's your darn topic too, so you own it, so you can start with it. What would you do if you lost everything and had to start again?
I had the privilege of going bankrupt in the early 80s in Alberta. I've been in construction, making really good money and everything else. And my budget was whatever my check was that week, and spent money like water. Nothing in the bank. Then you get laid off. And then also, it was at the time when the interest rates were going crazy. And I had a mobile home, and the interest rate went to 21.5% from very low. So all of a sudden it was, oh crap. So me and the bank came to a mutual agreement. I dropped the keys on her desk and said, you own it. And we left, the wife and I and our little boy, we left. We were actually heading for Ontario. And when we got to Regina, Saskatchewan, we stopped and said, if we stop here, we got a little bit to start over. If we go to Ontario, we'll be totally flat ass broke. That's how I ended up in Saskatchewan. Now, why I say it was an honor and a privilege is it taught me that we can do other things. You know, we're not just stuck. We can take what we've learned and grow from it and use it in other businesses. That's how I started in business for myself. It was because of that going broke. And, you know, business-wise, yeah, I've lost it all there in business. And you don't start all over from zero. You start with an education. So take what you've learned in the past and move it into your new profession or whatever you're going to do. Starting over is not the end of the world, ladies and gentlemen. Might feel like it, but it's not. I look at it this way. Every day when you wake up is a new opportunity. What happened yesterday is gone. Make the most out of today. It's a new opportunity. Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, John. And you made one really interesting comment. When you lose everything, you haven't really lost everything at all. Okay, there is still the education and the experience that you learned from the mistakes that you made. That's one thing you actually referred to in passing. From a business perspective, I'm talking about. Okay.
You learn it both business and personal. It helps you grow. You know, you can sit there and whine, poor me, and all the rest of that crap, or you can go on and grow from it. Is it always easy? No. But I'll tell you what, you've got a lot to give, no matter how low you think you are. You've still got a lot to give to the people around you, those you love, and to the world. Don't give up. Like Winston Churchill said, never, never, never give up.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Well said, mate. Glenda, what would you do if you lost everything and had to start all over again?
Well, this question actually rings a lot of bells in my head because this has happened to me, actually, not just once, but a couple of times. And it's why I do what I do. So at this point in life, it was 10 years ago that this is exactly what happened to me. I lost a relationship. I lost a business. I lost a home. But I didn't lose my health. So I started there. First of all, learning that, first of all, being grateful for what you do have instead of looking at what you don't. So being realistic about that is the number one thing. For me, it always starts with your health, because your health enters every single portion of everything in your life. But for me, it started why I do what I do now. So it's beginning of my 3-step program that I offer everybody. We start with your recognition, recognizing what you have, looking at your skills, looking at what you're strong in. And so just like John had just mentioned, when you go back and you look into your life, you look at even your failures, because those failures actually give you steps of maybe what didn't work, but actually if you tweak it a little bit, it might be something that will work. So look at the skills that you have, look at your education you have, look at what you did well in your life through some of the other jobs that you may have had. And then through that, then we go into the next step, which is called reinvention. And that reinvention means that looking at your skills. So sometimes we need to tweak our skills, or in other ways, we need to also learn that we might have to increase and learn new skills. But also there's another part of that as well. So if you've left a relationship and you've also been hurt by all of that, or very severely wounded, that's your part of also to recognize that and reinvent by healing yourself. So that healing sense, building skills, is all the beginning parts of building who you need to be, because it's the beginning of rebuilding yourself. And that's when we go into the next step of rising. Being grateful, being recognizing, building your skills, taking your skills that you have is where you start to build, of where your strengths can be, to building a new life and to becoming your best self. So thank you very much. And anybody who is in any of that position and would like to set up a call with me, I'm here to support you. Thank you.
Thank you, Glenda, and thank you for being so honest. I mean, you've been there and done that, right? And you felt the pain. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
pain. And I just want you to let you know that you need to feel the pain to move forward. And it's because that's what gives you the strength to keep on going.
Thank you. Sorry. Alan Edwards.
Hi, Peter. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I think John put it very well about taking what you learned and grow from it. And certainly I've learned from having lost money in a couple of different business situations, not to trust people without putting the right sort of safeguards in place. And I've not actually lost everything, but I did lose a lot, and it put a lot of pressure on me and my family and everything. So I'm grateful that I haven't ever lost everything. I think probably, provided that you keep a positive mental attitude, you can recover. Personally, I probably wouldn't recover well from loss of limbs, which I know some people do show remarkable fortitude. They get terrible injuries and they can recover from that sort of thing. And I admire them for their sort of strength of character, that they can do that. They've got the capability to do lots of things, like even people who've lost limbs, like lost their legs, they'll climb mountains. I mean, it's just incredible. I've seen this guy, he climbs mountains on the stumps of his legs, and you know, it sounds strange, but you know, he's driven to do this. But you know, what a terrible thing to have to do if that's what drives you on. So I think I would hope that I'd have people to support me in order that I could come back from whatever disasters did before me. And you know, you never know just what's around the corner, so everyone should be grateful for what they've got and be prepared to deal with whatever situation arises. So that's my Stupendous. Thanks, Peter.
Okay, thank you very much indeed, Alan. My apologies for being interrupted there. Okay, Monica Periardi.
Monica.
Hello. Well, starting over, it's not an easy thing to do, not at all. So depending on what we are talking about, starting over, it's something painful. If we talk about losing something personal. So it's often something that is very personal to each one of us. So it depends on what are we talking about. But this is being very general. So if it's business, look at the bright side. And I'm not saying in a condescending way or just so to pretend I know everything, because I don't. But starting over meaning you have you don't start from scratch. So starting over often say let's say you start from already experience. So, but if you lost everything, like I so much heard here, lost everything, then I haven't been in that position, but I've been in the position where what I lost was very personal to me, and I felt like the entire world was crashing around me. So it was when I lost my parents, or I had to divorce, and I had to make that decision for myself. And so starting over, for whatever reason, it's something really very personal. But you have to start with changing your emotional status, emotional state, sorry for that. So basically what I'm trying to say, we are all equipped to understand how to pick up the pieces. And we have to listen to that inner voice, the survivor, because we are equipped, we are designed as human to survive. And through the evolutions, and I think I mentioned that in past, I'm sure I did, through the evolution, we learn how to thrive. So if you have to start over, and I hope not through the pain of losing someone you love, because money can always can be regained, rebuilt, but we can't replace people. We can't really replace relationships with another relationships, although we claim we can. So, but if you start, you have to start over in business, although I understand how important and how painful and whatever, you have to change your mindset, your emotional. So you start with your emotion and you have to get resilience, and resilience is not something, always something natural, a natural state, natural skills, a strength, while it's a strength, but resilience is something you build, and there are certain steps. So I think all we can do is to convey the love and say, starting over, it's not easy, but it always starts with you loving yourself and acknowledge that you need to rebuild whatever you are rebuilding. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Monica. Who would like to go next? Because there's no hands up. Can I pick on someone? Alpha, what about you, my man? What would you do if you lost everything, including your football club, and you had to start again?
Yeah, it's a really tough thing. And I think everyone already said some really great important key factor and keep moving forward. Just a little quick story here, and then because it's something I also talk about in my show, Next Generation Business Talk, and I'm particularly talking to the new generation here as we speak, and also the old generation also as well. When I first came out to Europe, I was in a master's program where I was continuing just to like focus on building myself and at the same time playing soccer. But throughout the course of the time period, that program didn't go as planned, where I did an internship for a company and then things didn't go as planned whatsoever. I ended up failing that class, not once, but twice, by the same professor. I did everything possibly can do. All the classes have passed and I You know, I'm ready to graduate. I'm ready to go with my life. Everything is done. But this one professor in general just decided, you know what? I just don't want you to move forward. So I'm going to fail you. So for me, that was like the end of the road whatsoever. Because now if I continue and write my thesis, I know he's going to fail me 100%. And that's a lot of money. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of energy. And I don't want to have to go through all that as we speak. So personally speaking, having to speak with my parents, some advisors, and everyone else, I decided to drop it all. You know, just imagine all the time, the money, the effort, everything has been put in into just working on the master's program, writing your thesis and everything else, and then boom, everything has to stop. So for me, that was like a big step back right there as a whole. You know, being in a foreign country, being alone, you know, just understanding a new culture, a new way of teaching. You know, I went to some really great school education, grew up in a really great way. However, just this one stop right here. You know, I don't have no reason, the reason why this is happening to me. You know, I can blame this, blame that, but I saw it as a stepping stone, as an opportunity to grow from, as an opportunity to divert myself and see myself in a different path and growing as a whole. You know, rather than going to university and complaining, I decided just to focus on building myself, building my business, building my brain, and building myself as an athlete, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. But I understand at the end of the day, I had to let go of that. And it was tough because each and every day I kept playing that memory in my head. Like, why does he have to fail me? Why does he have to pull me down? You know I can write English better than most of these students. They don't even speak clear English. All these things you can possibly think of. But I had to let go of that. And when I let go of that, a whole new door opportunities opened up for me. And I guarantee you at the end of the day, it's not an easy process to do. And that's just the whole idea of moving forward. Like John Allen recently just said, it's just waking up every day and seeing the opportunity. And now looking back 2 years, you know, I'm in a different position. I'm in a better position now. And the reason for that is because I learned that part of life is understanding that certain things are going to work out and certain things are not going to work out whatsoever. You can just sit there and just dabble around and just get stuck in the same mindset. You know, you have to get up and keep moving forward. And once I did that, I look back at my life and some of the peers I went to school with, I'm in a whole different position compared to what they're doing, you know, despite the degree, despite not having anything whatsoever. But I'm proud of my failures and I own up to it because I realized that that made me who I am today. And that's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because why? Something came and kicked me in the butt and told me to move forward. Regardless of the situation, regardless of the failures, you're in a better position, in a better state of mind. Thank you, guys.
Alpha, wow, that was fantastic. And it must have been tough to let it go, right?
It was tough. It's really, really tough, especially when you work so hard in a 2-year program and you have to let everything go. It's really tough. And it's something where I mentally had to just say, you know, I'm better than this. I'm learning 10 times better. I just had to let go of it. And this is forgiving myself 100%.
Yeah, but also believe in yourself.
Believe in myself, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, Alpha. Well done. Well done.
You're welcome.
Love your story. Penny.
Guys, I'm going to just share a little something that happened in my family, but I'm going to make a really long story short. Or going to try because I talk lots. But Peter's going to miss that, right? Anywho, so we had a bunch of house fires. It started with my mom and dad. Their house burnt right down. And that was December 24th. And then the following May, my house burnt down. And then the following, well, 2 weeks later, my sister's house burnt down. So everybody in my family had lost everything. But what stuck in my head was my dad's reaction. So my dad had an aneurysm and was in the hospital for 1.5 years. And he had got out December 24th. So he was so excited to come home for Christmas to find their house had burnt down. And his initial thing was he was still in his wheelchair. He had just learned to talk again, but he wasn't mobile. And his initial thing was to my mom, Johanna, why are you upset? Those are just things. I can't go in. We can replace that. I can't go in and rummage through and save those items, but I'm still here. So why are you upset? So that stuck in my head. Then on January 1st, my dad got diagnosed with cancer and they gave him 6 weeks to live. And he still took the mindset of, that's okay. You're not God. I'll show you. And he lived 18 months later before he passed. So it just went to show me that all those things are exactly that, just things. And the family and friends that surround you when you lose everything, people you didn't even think knew who you were really, stepped up to the plate, and maybe they couldn't give you items, but they were there emotionally. And my dad would get really upset with them and say, you know what are you sad about? He said, I'm still around. My kids are still good. My grandkids are still good, right? Like he never had that mindset of a setback. And that holds very dear to my heart. And so I think of that all the time when people are going through a rough state. And even when I lost mine, my son ran back in and we had to pull him back out of the fire. And he did get some burns on his legs and stuff. And of course, I'm being a hysterical mother and I'm crying and I'm feeling bad for my kid. And my dad said, he's still alive. What are you upset about? So it just, I don't know, it just sticks out to me all the time that you can lose literally everything, but you can't replace the humans. You can't replace, there's always an upside. And the big joke in our family is, well, somebody's going to have to clean my house out when I die. So if it burns down, oh, well, it's just a joke. We don't actually mean it, but it's just a reminder of, hey, you can't take all this stuff with you. So be grateful you're around and be grateful for the people, even to the point when our family argues, we still say, I'm glad you're here to argue with, or I'm glad I'm here to not like you right now. But the kids even say that back to me, right? So it was just it's a hard lesson, but on the same hand, when you're in that state, you don't stop to think. So where he pulled that strength out, he just learned to walk or just learned to talk, still wasn't walking. And to him right off the bat, it was just, that's just stuff. Who cares? So it's a lesson.
Yeah. So there's a lot more to life than just materialistic things. That's what you're really saying, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Penny. Well done. Well done indeed. Jeffrey, what about you, my man?
Yeah, reflection time. Yeah, guys, mine's a short story. I'll try and make it even shorter. When COVID hit, I had a $5 million business back in Australia. I'd left Australia 10 years previously, and I was running my business quite well by remote control. Then COVID hit, and I was in the catering business where you weren't allowed to leave your home. So there weren't too many weddings or funerals or whatever. So basically, I lost that business, and I had to 200 staff. So I had to sell 4 houses. Most of them were worth over $1 million. I had to sell them at fire sale prices of around the $850,000 each to get the money to pay those people out, to pay them their long service leave, their entitlements, all that. And then apart from that, those who don't know me, I had offices all over Asia, and I had a condominium in every city. I could virtually fly with a toothbrush and just rock up. I had a full wardrobe in every place. Anyway, I lost all that as well. All my team members in Bangkok, Singapore, other places, just went in and took everything they could get their hands on, knowing that we couldn't travel. So all that got wiped out as well. So, and even here in the Philippines, where there were no buses, no taxis, no nothing, my greedy Chinese landlord got his Mercedes-Benz and went down to my main office and took over 30 laptops and just wiped us out and locked us out. And being the white man in Asia, what's the point? You're not going to go and see a lawyer about it. So we had to virtually start from scratch. But as John said, they can take your money, but they can't take your brain and the lessons you've learned. And I've learned a lot of lessons in life. And one, I tell people a lot, how much money will you leave behind when you finally pass? Does anyone know? None of us know how much you'll leave behind. So here's the lesson for the day, guys. It only costs twice as much to go first class in life. So go first class whenever you can. Thanks very much.
Wow, thank you. Patrick Kern, wherever in the heck you are, it's nice to see you. First of all, tell us where you are, and then secondly, tell us what would you do if you lost everything. And you're on mute. You're on mute. All right. I don't know whether I can unmute you.
There you go.
There we go.
Hey, there you go.
Now I get that little friggin' hand and not the arrow. This stinks. Anyway,
Oh, the audio is not good.
in a, what better apartment? Emergency room.
Patrick, the audio is not good.
Huh?
Anyone else? Could anyone else hear clearly what Patrick was saying? The
Not
audio
before,
was
but
very
try it again.
unclear.
That better?
Yeah, that's better.
Oh,
Now,
yeah,
yeah.
much better.
I don't know what I did. I'm kind of like you. I'm kind of like you, Peter, on the computer.
Yeah, don't get in there.
Anyway, when I was on the tugboat, I started to develop a bad cough, and I thought it was because of the exhaust fumes of the tug and all the smokers who was smoking like chimneys on there. When I got off, it kept on getting worse, really bad. Went into the emergency room, and they took some X-rays. What they found out, I had a very, very rare ammonia. And what that means, this ammonia got into a cube into my upper right lung, and it developed into two different types of bacteria. One was a very common bacteria. The other one was a very rare bacteria. Don't know how it got there. Anyway, so I stayed there for 2 weeks, trying to figure things out. They took big syringes like this and stuck them into my lung and drew all the fluids out and see what it was. That hurt. That was painful. Anyway, I'm on the mends. Back here taking antibiotics and IV. They taught me how to do that. It's pretty cool. Anyway, lost everything. I'm always losing shit. Did I lose it? Then I find it again. I don't personally, when you lose stuff, long as you got the right mindset for everything, long as you got the right friggin' attitude for everything, it all comes back. Like Penny says, material stuff. But you know, like I guess John says something like, if you lose your money, you can always make money. You should go rob a bank if you have to. You always can get money. Anyway, that's my story. I'll stay with it.
Okay. Thank you, Patrick. Very much indeed. Mark, do you want to share something?
Yeah, I've had many different experiences and losses and things, personal business, from others. Personally sabotaged mine once as well, walked away from everything. But the way I look at it now, and a lot of good points have been said already, that, but I don't think you've ever lost everything until you've actually just lost your last breath, and that's the only time you've lost. And so yeah, there's always another tomorrow, there's always another moment, another opportunity, and just get on with it, get over it. It's an experience, and carry on. And so yeah, there's a lot of other people that aren't around, remember, we all know them. And so yeah, there's no need to feel sorry, just get on with life. That's me, Peter.
Okay. It just reminds me of a story, not what you said in that way, Mike, but this guy said to his wife, what would you do if I won? What would you do if I won the lottery? Right? Have you, Penny, you've heard this one? Yeah, okay.
Actually, Wade seen your post on it and he told me the joke. It was
Yeah.
funny.
What would you do if you won the lottery? She said, if I won the lottery, I'd take half and I'd leave you. He said, really? Take half and leave me? Great. He said, I won $12. Here's $6 for you. Stay in touch. Right? Okay. Santa Claus,
All right. Well,
you lost everything. What would you
let's see. Back in 2018, I was forced to leave a very nice job that I had. I was forced out the door, and basically had to start from scratch. Had to reinvent myself and everything else. I started creating a mindset before I left because I saw the writing on the wall. So Janet and I just, I sat down with her and just said, this is what we have to do. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I need to do. And I turned in a resignation letter, and I had to walk away and start from scratch, starting up from, So I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do and reinvent myself. I'm going to become a professional voice actor. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's what it is. And it all started with a mindset. And listening to everyone here, I mean, the things that I've been picking up are just like, I went through all that too, and Arnold Schwarzenegger said, no pain, no gain. So boy, was there a lot of pain, but the gain that I got, looking at that door closed and another one open for me, and as long as I can keep that positive spirit going, it just kept me from stopping and slumping and going into the, oh, woe is me, because that doesn't do anybody any good, and then an attitude that I have is the only constant in life is change, and you need to embrace it. And if you can embrace the change, then you'll be successful. And it's just really something that I love to do. I love change. It causes chaos, sometimes not for me, but for others. And I love watching the chaos in other people. But it's but it's just something that I love. I love change, and every day that I wake up, it's a great thing, so that's one constant that I like, it's the day you don't wake up, there was a wrench in the works, but and another thing that I have in my mindset is something I learned from being in the military. You just adapt and overcome. Okay, you're dealt a situation. Here's where it is. Learn to adapt to it. Find out what you need to do, overcome it, and move forward. And then every time, and whenever it is that I come into it, my experience has been that every time I come into a new situation and I'm stopped, I look at it, I analyze it, and I overcome it. I find out what I need to do to overcome it. And I just rely on my inner fortitude, my faith. Okay, that's where it all starts. It starts with my core. I know I've said this a thousand times here. I'm a faith-based individual. I turn to that. That's my rock. Keeps me moving, and I can move forward with that. And in confidence, I can move forward with that. And the hardest thing that I ever had to do, I'm still challenged with it, was when my father died. I had taken care of Janet, and I had been, living with my parents for a while. Then we moved out, but we still were there. And my dad was my rock. He was my secondary rock. And when he died, the way he died was just horrific. But he was in a rehabilitation center for having a little minor surgery. He developed sepsis, and then he had to go back we thought we were going to lose him with that, but then it came back, and they tried feeding him. They saw that he had a fever, and he was such in a state that he couldn't talk or anything like that because the fever was so great. They force fed him aspirin with yogurt or something, and he aspirated, and he asphyxiated and died in their care. And it was just horrific. My rock was gone, and I'm still trying to build up from that. Just really, he was my dad, my everything. So he's, but I, we're leaning on the other rocks that I have in my life, my son, my wife, my son, and everything else. Not the same, but it's there. It's there. And moving forward in that aspect of my life it was a challenge, but moving forward, using those same thoughts, my faith, my faith, number one, to move me forward and to keep going and to be there for other people and to be there for everyone else, adapting and overcoming all the stresses and everything else that goes along with that, the loss, the thoughts, the bad thing, shoulda, woulda, coulda, all that stuff, and we can apply that to anything in our lives, our business and everything else, shoulda, woulda, coulda. But you're here where we are, and and as long as we can adapt and overcome it, we will move forward and we'll be successful. And the success starts here in the mind. It's all in the mindset. Positive mindset. I can do it. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm moving forward. This is what I have to do.
Thank you, Santa. Okay. In other words, you're never alone.
Never alone. Never alone.
Ashwin, what about you?
And that's true with all of us. We're never alone.
Yeah, that's true. I want to come back to that in a minute. Ashwin.
Well, wow. Lots of people mention certain things that happened to me also, actually. What? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm just waving
Oh,
goodbye.
okay. Oh, I see. I thought you were telling me something. So anyways, well, I don't want to take too much time. I've been through the same kind of cycle, so to speak, where I was here on my own in Canada since I was 14. And so I went to university, studied computer science, science, and then later didn't find any job. So I went back to school and worked in the morning and went back to school in the evening. I got a computer science degree, and then all of a sudden you get all kinds of jobs. That was good for many years. Many years, it was very good pay and everything. But it was not me. It was a survival tactic on my part to survive. That's why I study the computer science, to get job. So it was not aligned with me. So at one point I changed the part from one type of computer science to another type, and that was good. That was good for a while. And then but one day I woke up, I said I cannot continue with this kind of job anymore. And then we got 9/11 happened, lots of layoffs happened, layoff after layoff, from this job to another job. And then I went to real estate. That was more aligned with me. And then real estate was good too. And then through real estate, I discovered the world of marketing. So my new love right now is marketing. And if I'm lost somewhere, let's say I'm bankrupt and everything else, I go to the principles of marketing in terms of finding what people want and try to market to them and sell it to them and make money like that. So I just want to cut it short because it's 9 o'clock, so I don't want to keep everybody here.
Okay.
But then, yeah.
Thanks, Ashwin. I just want to ask a question, because this is something that challenges me, and I'm not sure how you handle it. But whenever I've lost something that is major in my life, okay, whether it be a business or a wife or whatever it may be, okay, whenever I'm under extreme stress, put it that way, I lose my hunger. I have to force myself to eat. I don't sleep very well. I think too much. But more important than anything else, I just completely lose anything to do with eating. I have to force myself to eat. Does anyone else relate to that? Yeah. And because I love to eat. I really do like to eat. But when I'm under stress, I don't even feel hungry. And I can go through 2 days I've gone, I haven't had breakfast, lunch, or dinner for 2 days, and I'm not even hungry. Now,
no, I will switch with you immediately.
Monica, go.
When I'm really stressed, I turn to chocolates.
Chocolate?
All kinds.
Okay. Right. Well, I don't want to hold you up, but that's a challenge that I have on a personal nature. And when I lost everything in a business perspective point of view, just to complete that story, it was in a very embarrassing situation. Some of you know this. I actually had to go begging for food in a Thai village.
Wow.
Because we had lost everything. Absolutely
Wow.
everything. Completely outside of control, okay? But we lost it. And I'm the only foreigner within 100 kilometers, and I'm the one that he looked up to as a leader and everything else. And this guy had to go and borrow food from people who practically had nothing. How do you think that made me feel? Okay, it was
It's humbling.
an absolute complete loss of everything as far as I was concerned. And and when we got the food, I felt so bad I couldn't eat it anyway. The food was fine, but I couldn't eat it because I just felt so bloody awful. That's what it amounts to. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you because life is life. You never know what's around the corner, okay? And all I'm saying to you, what John said earlier before, okay? Make sure you make the most of whatever you can, because you never know what tomorrow is going to hold for you. And with that, I just want to say thank you. And Monica, thank you for your input today, because I really appreciate what you're coming from. I really do that.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to seeing as many of you as possible next week. In the meantime, best wishes from Thailand. Take care, and I love you all. Okay. Cheers for now.
Peter, we love
Thank you, Peter. Thank you,
Take care.
everyone. Keep
Take care.
shining, everyone. Keep
Bye,
shining.
Santa. Bye.
You too.